what is a poltergeist?
A poltergeist is essentially it's a German for noisy ghost or noisy spirit, right?
Yeah.
It basically is an entity that is able to interact with objects surrounding the area and can use it to make noises, bangs, throw things. And we've had people ring us up saying we've had things thrown across the room, doors closing, slamming, knocking, opening up doors. That's typical poltergeist activity.
Yeah, there are many documented cases globally of poltergeist activity, all over the world. One famous case is the Enfield poltergeist.
That's the most famous.
Yeah, that's probably
case
one of
in
the
the
most
UK.
famous cases in the UK is the Enfield poltergeist. There are others, of course, that have been very well documented.
Why is this case famous?
Because basically the witnesses involved included, obviously there were credible witnesses, police officers, there was a lollipop lady, reporters, members of the Society for Psychical Research, Maurice Grosse, who I had the great pleasure of meeting and working with. He documented, that case for a couple of years, and he was able to ascertain that there was definitely something going on. There was a young girl involved in that who was the entity was talking through her larynx.
We'll see if he'll speak to us.
Yeah.
Is anybody there?
No.
Who's there?
Doctor.
Doctor who?
And so she wasn't actually physically talking, but the spirit was talking, using her as a portal, and it was like coming from the back of her neck, but using
using parts of the voice box that
voice box.
supposedly a girl's voice could never reach.
No, she would have to literally be the greatest ventriloquist in the world, and when they they've actually found out at the end of the case study, it was like a 2-year case study, that the entity revealed himself as Bill Wilkins, and basically when the evidence was played and aired, I believe his son heard this voice, and he came forward and recognised it as his father's voice, and he approached Maurice and said, "That's my dad,"
Sounds like that.
And he did.
He died
in that house in a chair in the corner. And obviously they went to the graveyard, and there it was, his grave. And when they got the death certificate was exactly how, the young 10-year-old girl, 11-year-old at the time, whatever, she was able to say, her name's Bill, and the entity's name was Bill, and died of a brain hemorrhage and went blind before he died. And
this is before the days of internet, so you couldn't research
there was
stuff like that. So
no-
this girl
Yeah.
couldn't really have any much knowledge about what happened before they came and moved into the house.
So obviously there are a lot of people that debunk it and try to sort of, but I spoke to Maurice, and he was such a lovely, genuine man.
What was the father trying to tell the son?
No, he wasn't trying to tell the son. It was the fact that he came through just to say, "This is my house."
And it was quite an aggressive
Very
form
aggressive
of poltergeist.
form,
Like the girl was being lifted up out of the bed, thrown in the air
across
the room, and they invited the newspapers to come and document the case, and they managed to capture the moment
She was thrown
out of the bed. So the thing is that in our field, we try to document the evidence by camera, by audio, however means, to try and get something on camera. This case was obviously back in the 70s. Technology wasn't that great, but they were able to document things happening through voice recordings, video recording, photography, and using credible witnesses such as the police who would come in the house. They would be hearing thumping in the walls,
Lego bricks
being thrown at them. So this is why we say the foundations of any case is the witness, is the participants, and then I guess the structure of the investigation. And the fact that Maurice Grosse was such a credible investigator.
How did this particular case wind down then?
I think the media interest fizzled out, and I believe that the actual, once they established who it was, the family started to realise that, you know, I mean, the entity presented itself less and less and less and less,
And they moved away as
like
well.
yeah, just like what we say with the Ouija. Once they're established, they've had their little hissy fit. They come out and they're like, you know, this is me.
I'm here, this is my space, get
I'm
out.
here, my space, get out. And then once you, like you say, like Dean said earlier, if you just show them that you're not a threat, you're not there for any sort of other reason than to either interact with them, or it's your home or whatever, then, you know.
I think the family gained more control, and it was more about the fact of it done its worst. It couldn't do much worse. And if the more they established that, you know, it was drawing their energy, drawing down.
It lived on their fear.
Yeah. So when they took a break,
So when the fear-
and they moved out of the house, they took a break,
Yeah,
came back,
And it died down.
it died down. Because I think they took her away on holiday for a long time. She went into a hospital for a bit, came out, and she was more solid as a person.
And now the house, there's nothing there.
No.
It lived in their fear.
Yeah, I mean, once it was established, told its story, and that was it, I'm sure the people that live there now, they know there's nothing there now. So it's just an ordinary house now.
Yeah.
But obviously at that moment, there was a troubled family. The energy it was picking up from what was going on with the family, you know, with the mum breaking up with the dad, and you know, and the children suffering, and
What the belief system is in regards to poltergeist is that they prey on people that are
vulnerable.
And that's what most cases seem to.
And vulnerability is defined by emotional trauma.
It could be emotional trauma, or
Just a bad atmosphere, you know, events happening that's, you know, if there's a divorce or separation, or there's things going on in your personal life.
Exactly.
Anything that has a negative impact on someone, it can impact their negative mindset.
Yeah.
Alcohol abuse and drug abuse.
Yes.
Yeah, alcohol, drugs, all that can feed the belief that something's going on. You know, so yeah, you're best to always remain grounded. Keep your feet on the floor, because that's why the earth's here. So you can, you know where you stand.
If you end up on the ceiling, then you've got a problem.
Then you call us. Some people don't realise, like, if they got like a sort of, you know,
an old house.
the
old
buildings
wooden floors.
expand and contract, and there's movement underground, and you've got like
Floorboards.
infrasounds from all kinds of things that could be happening miles away. You know, there could be infrasounds coming from traffic, you know, about, you know, half a mile down the road, and it's travelling through the ground into their environment.
A very
You know,
interesting one
there's
is where we've gone into pubs, and they've had reported glasses being thrown or being tipped over. But we've been investigating, and lorries have gone past, or big vehicles, but they cause a vibration in the floor.
and move the glasses slowly,
And the glasses
slowly towards the edge.
gradually.
And then off they go, you know. So when they're there at that moment, it's because obviously the lorries or the buses or that have gone past throughout the day have been slowly moving that bottle towards the edge, ready for it to go. So when they capture it on CCTV or whatever, they're like, oh, it's a ghost. No, that's a natural thing. Everyone does that. We know that. But not everything is a ghost.
Yeah.
You know, there's
There's explanations, rational explanations for a lot of the things.
Gotcha. Okay.